Good evening. Good evening. Today is December the 31st. This is New Year Eve. And I have with me the crew. Some of them, we put a gun to their head. Just point to the one you think don't want to be on here. Which one looks like he don't want to be on here? But listen, guys, I got my crew back together and we're going to get started. And so, first of all, I'm going to introduce myself. Then I have another YouTuber sitting next to me. I'm going to let him introduce himself and then the rest of them because we want you to follow both of us, okay? He has his own channel. And so I'm Angela with Angela Jordan TV. So please follow, share, like. And this is?
I'm Will. My YouTube channel now is Old School Discussions with Will. I can be found at Will1795.
Perfect. And the rest of them don't want to talk. So this is my sister Tammy. This is her husband Ron. This is my brother-in-law. Both of these are my brother-in-laws. This is my brother-in-law Willie, and this is my sister Vicky. Okay, so y'all, I need the energy. I need some energy. I'm gonna start acting crazy. But listen, we're gonna talk about 2022. We're gonna talk about what we want to leave in 2022. Things that we did or things that we want to do better in 2023. So we just don't gonna discuss about what the world looked like in 2022. And so y'all can come from any angle. You could just talk about the world. You could talk about yourself. You could talk about what the world needs more in 2023. Anything you guys want to talk about. And if you don't like my topic, then you can just think of one right now. Ron laughed on that. I don't think he liked my topic. Okay, so I want to ask some questions then, okay? Okay, let me ask some questions too. What would you, if you could change 2022 and do something better for yourself, for your growth, and I'm going to talk spiritual, for your spiritual growth, what could you have done better in 2022 to take into 2023 to help somebody else that struggled in 2022? So what could you do better to make your life better for the next year that's coming? Now, I don't know if that came out right, but they don't want this. They don't want this topic. They don't like my topic. Okay, this is impromptu. This is impromptu. And we didn't have, listen, I was going to just come on with the topic. And I don't think they like my topic. What y'all think? Nobody have anything to say?
Okay, let me start it.
Okay, come on.
You feel better now?
Yes, come on.
All right, in 2022, some of the pluses and minuses. Some of the pluses is what you see here. I have to admit, without these guys here, I probably never would have opened up the way I am now. Without Angela's help, I never would have started my own YouTube channel. And I find myself being extremely blessed. Ron, my brother over here to my far left, he's remarkable whether he realizes it or not. Willie over here, he's kind of himself. That's what I like about him. But I have to admit,
what you like about them too?
These two here.
Yeah, them too.
I mean, you can't beat both of these two right here. They just open up their hearts to me, and every time I come over, they give me such a big hug, something that I really haven't been that used to. But I am really learning how to open up and be myself. And I think a lot of people need to just let go and let God take control. Because as long as you try to continue to take control of yourself, you're going to fail. I mean, that's quite evident. So I'm going to leave a lot of baggage behind in 2022. And as I said, these guys here opened me up to 2023, and I'm really appreciative for that. Couldn't ask for better friends. Wow. So you guys out there, open yourselves up. Seek out those friends. Oh, that's a topic within itself we can talk about. Mm-hmm. That's a major topic. Mm-hmm. Make sure you know who your real friends are, because your real friends are not going to steer you wrong. They're not going to they're not going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what you need to hear. Mm-hmm. That's about it for me.
Thank you,
Oh,
Will. Thank you,
okay.
Will. Anybody else want to talk about that? Will, that was very good. That was very transparent. Will is very transparent, but that's very because Will is new to our little group. Ron been knowing Will for how many years?
Quite a few, probably more than that.
Maybe 20.
About 20 something. So they're ex-police officers, not ex, they're former. But they are police officers, retired.
There you go.
They're retired police officers. So Ron introduced us to Will. So now God has joined a great family here. So we are happy to have him as part of our group. So thank you for those nice words. Let's turn it over to Vicky.
Oh, what's the question? 20.
2022, Vicky. We're going into 2023.
Mhm.
Anything?
That I learned or want to change or what?
Well, Vicky, she's perfection, so she probably everything is good. I think we're gonna change the topic because y'all Will, thank you because I don't know. You got anything to say, Will?
Yeah, I would just like to just sitting there thinking about what Will was saying, but for me, I think finding a new church home and spiritual growth, just dealing with the brothers, and it's been a experience that I would trade for anything. I realized that this walk has to be a spiritual walk in order for us to make it in these times. So much going on every time you look around. That was a time when personal life really meant something. But in these days and time, I think oftentimes we see things like as far as people dealing with people, trying to help people, it's just not there like it used to be. That was a time people used to know who their neighbors were.
Mm-hmm.
Then you look around now and you could ask somebody, what's your neighbor's name? And nobody has a clue what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I think 2022 has been a learning experience, and as we go into 2023, we pray more strength in the Lord that we'll continue to grow, not in my will, but His will be done.
Amen. Amen.
Amen, Reverend.
All right.
What I can say though is, I still didn't understand I remember the question, but I know 2022 for us has been a change because we relocated to Houston. And I was always a sister that was always away from this. Well, Penny is always, and Patricia used to be away. But Ian and Tim were always here. And I would always talk to them on the phone and, by phone. And it's different now that we've moved here. That's been quite interesting, moving from one place. And, we stayed with Angela for 3 months.
10.
3 months looking for a house because at the time, everybody knows there were no houses, And so we moved here and looked for a house and you're having to find a new church home, new friends. So it's been a change. It's been a really good change. I'm looking forward to, just being back and enjoying life and going into 2023. And I just had a birthday and I just thank God that just for another year, thank God for life, one of the greatest gifts, of course, salvation and, all that. But the gift of life is so precious. And I just thank God He allowed me a couple of days ago to turn 63 and still be here among the living.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Now, the reason I sung happy birthday, people that are born in December, their birthdays are often forgotten. They are. My sister's birthday is a few days after Christmas on the 28th, and normally people forget about them. And so if you have a loved one like Vicky's birthday in December, make sure y'all love on them and give them some love because we do forget about them. Okay, anybody else want to talk about that? Oh, okay, we can go to another topic. Y'all finished with that one? Okay, listen, I got another topic. Me and Vicky the other night, we were talking, and I want to hear what y'all think about it. The other night, we were talking. Now, this may offend a lot of people because a lot of people are doing it. Even preachers are doing it. But to me, it's out of order. And so I'm going to tell you what it is. You know, when you look on Facebook and you see all these beautiful families in their night clothes on Facebook, their pajamas, and they're taking pictures in their pajamas. They got the 8-month-old, the 10-year-old, the 12-year-old. They got all of them in pajamas. Now, let me tell you what it's set up for. Grown-ups, I'm talking to the parents. You're doing it in pajamas. Most of them are flannel and they covering you up. But let me tell you what you're telling the young generation, because this is what's going to happen next. One Christmas, you're going to see all the young people in their negligees. They're going to be sitting there posed real pretty, and they're going to be in the negligees because what you just told them is okay to show their night clothes. Pajamas was something that our parents didn't let us walk out the house in. You know what the young people are doing now? They're going to the airport in pajamas. They're going to the grocery store in pajamas. They come in our office in pajamas. I mean, with the scarf on, with the house shoes and pajamas. You know why? Grown-ups, parents, because we're taking pictures online with our family and we're sitting there so pretty in our pajamas. And it looks very innocent. But to a young mind, if you can put flannel pajamas on, then the young people think we're old. So yeah, they putting on flannel. Well, let's show them what we can do. And they're going to put on their negligee. And then we'll talk about them. Oh, look at them. We're going to talk about it. But y'all, we're setting up the generation. Those are fireworks. It's New Year. My dog went crazy. And he's definitely heard. He definitely heard that. But listen, and so I think we're setting things up for it to turn out a whole nother way when we think it's innocent. Somebody sent me a picture of a pastor and his family sitting at about a Christmas tree in their pajamas. How do y'all feel about that? Or do y'all have any feelings about it?
You know, in a way, I think this is deplorable because this past week I had the opportunity of going on Facebook, TikTok, and a lot of these other social media sites. And I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I just can't believe the way I'm hearing people talk to each other. And no, I take that back. They're not talking to each other. They're talking at each other. And it's gotten to the point now, people on these sites think it's funny. They think it's comical. But how in the world can you degrade yourself the way individuals are doing on these sites? That was one of the main reasons why I named my pod Old School Discussions. And I made sure everyone realized that I didn't want anything negative on that. Because anytime you say something on a social media site, you're going to get repercussion behind it, whether it's positive or negative. But for an adult to allow their kids to take pictures and put it on social media for the whole entire world to see. Now you remember, WWW stands for World Wide Web. That means anyone in the world with a computer can see what you're doing. So I have no answers. All I can see is that it's going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better because no one is taking control. And I do mean no one. That's about all I have to say for right now.
Because what's happening, they're opening that door. When we open up a door, then the young people without God would do it a whole different way. So I know a lot of people think taking pictures for Christmas in their pajamas is very innocent and it's cute. But when you look at it in the spiritual realm, when you look at it through like when they say, what would Jesus do? When you look at it in that way, then you got to look what's coming after. Just like when we start doing the little lashes, and now the lashes are this much. When people start having a little tummy tuck, now they're putting a butt this big. Everything that they do is to the extreme. And so this taking pajamas, pictures in pajamas, is just opening a whole door for the demons to take our young people and display their bodies. And watch, it's coming. It's coming. You've been seeing what the last 3 or 4 years, pajamas. Now the companies, they're making all kind of pajamas because they know this is the style, or whatever they call it, what they call the thing.
True.
Yeah, the trend that people like pajamas, so they're making all these for us to get and take our picture. And you would never see me and my family in pajamas before the world. My dad raised us differently, and we would never ever do that. I don't care what the world do, we would never do it. Do anybody else have anything to say about that? Vicky?
I think you said.
I need to hear from y'all. What is going on tonight?
I think too, a lot of people, because I didn't think about it until you said about what is set up, because a lot of people do it in an innocent way, and like you said, it's flannel. But we know eventually all things that start out in moderation, it does turn to something else. So
Take one person
Mhm.
to change. Yeah, y'all saw our young kids, the rappers had their pants hanging down to their knees, and all the young kids started doing that. And the police was happy because the police, these guys right here, not them, but they said they like it because this is what a policeman told me. He said, we like it. He said, because when we chased them, they can't run. That's what the policeman told me.
try to hold it.
Demons setting things up. That y'all, is all demonic. Everything we do, we gotta look at it through the eyes of God. All this stuff we're doing and we think is cute, y'all, you gotta look at it through the way God sees it. It's a setup for something worse. And I know it look cute. I saw all the pretty pajamas, but y'all, it's a setup. And watch our young people. They're gonna listen. I remember when they stopped wearing pantyhose at church. The women. They don't want to wear pantyhose now, so they all wear their flesh legs. Now, let me tell you what that's doing. You got to look at it in the spirit. So the older people like me stop wearing pantyhose. Well, the young girls already wear the little short skirts, right? Imagine all that flesh with no pantyhose on. When they put pantyhose on, it kept things looking more, you know what I mean, connected.
Solid.
Now, yeah, solid. But the young lady with the short dress with no pantyhose, do you know what that look like? But now everybody's a trend, girl, it's too hot. We've been doing this for years, wearing pantyhose to church. But now somebody came up with it, they walked up on the podium and they didn't have pantyhose on, and now y'all's a domino effect. None of the women wear pantyhose to church, but me and the girl sitting next to me in the choir.
Because I don't.
Tammy don't. A lot of people don't. They'll tell me it's too hot.
It has
my
gotten hotter.
that's my personal.
Yes.
I'm just
Since
telling you what I see.
1964.
I'm telling you what I see, because just like we used to wear pants in church, and then we started wearing pants, and I mean, I'm sorry, we when we wasn't wearing pants in church, we wear dresses. Now we're wearing pants, and guess what? When we are wearing pants, guess what the young ladies wear now? Leggings. Everything's a setup, and that's how we have to look at things. Everything you see that's going on, it looks innocent. It's a setup. I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
I got one other thing I'd like to add to that. In my day coming up, we used to have either leaders, we had a saying at least, you can either lead, follow, or get out of the way. Today's generation, to me, are all followers, and there are no leaders. Because if we had true leaders, we definitely wouldn't be in the predicament we're in now. Everyone's hating everybody, everyone's arguing. You can't hold a decent conversation with anyone without them trying to interject their feelings or what they want to say at the same time you're trying to talk. Mom used to always say, if both persons are talking, no one learns nothing. And that's so true, because you're not listening. You're not listening to each other. And that's one of the reasons why we're in these predicaments, where we're seeing this stuff happen. Just as she said about the pajamas, the flannels. I remember when these guys started wearing their pants down to their ankles. That was a trend. That was a trend that got started in prison. And that was the reason it was started in prison. And because we don't research
Mhm.
ourselves before we say something or do something, this is what we end up with. And it's just so sad.
So can you tell them let them know, because some young people don't know what it meant in prison to have your pants hanging down like that. Can you say it? I know, but can you say
I'll
it?
let Ron do
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say, my husband
Go ahead,
Ron
Ron.
have something to say.
I don't really talk about the pants. I mean, I know that it had to do with.
Yeah, y'all don't want to say nothing.
Well, let Vicky say it.
Go ahead.
We have such gentlemen here, they don't want to say it. Go ahead and say it, Vicky.
nicely.
It was
She can't say it.
was it more like an invitation for the guys in the prison to?
Yes, babe.
Well, let me
In a roundabout.
let me break it down to you what that really actually meant.
Mhm.
And then Vicky's right. In prison well, first of all, prison is one place you don't want to be, just as I've stated on my pod. But that's jail basically. But in prison, guys that were feminine, guys that were easy, when they were taken by other prisoners, they were made to act like women. And because they acted like women, there were certain ways that they dressed, and wearing their pants below their butts gave the other prisoners the indication that they were available.
Mm.
And for me to see these guys walking up and down the street, and I'm not even kids, not even teenagers, I see grown people
Mhm.
doing this. All behind a trend that no one, I mean, they really don't have any idea what it meant to do that. There's just so many other trends. As I stated, TikTok. TikTok is a shocking site, very shocking. And if you've never had the opportunity of looking at it, just take a quick look. You'll be amazed.
Because I'm sorry.
Quit.
Because a lot of the challenges on TikTok, have caused people to die. There's a lot of
Mhm.
the choking, the holding your breath. A lot of those are really, really bad, and a lot of kids are dying.
Right.
And if you research TikTok, it's a China app. It's the Communist Party with China. If you researched it, it's from China. China TikTok is totally different from America's TikTok. China have innocent stuff. We have naked women, and that's a young people's app. But on that app, you see naked, all kind of sexual content. In China, theirs is totally different. China, what I've heard and I've been reading about it since somebody told me, what China is doing, they feed us so they can feed our minds, so they can make us weaker in our thoughts and our mind. Because if you teach people or keep showing them porn, you keep showing them sexual content, that takes them out. Something about when you mess with the body with sex, when you putting stuff in you and you're not married, that's evil. And so what they're doing, even if you're just looking with the eyes at porn, that's demonic. And so what China knows is to put all that stuff on our app, but not on their app. And they're trying to weaken the American people. That's what they're saying. Now, you may hate Trump, but what Trump said we should not be having TikTok. Y'all remember he was in office, and I don't agree with nothing he said. But if I start checking out TikTok, Trump was against TikTok, and we should be against TikTok because it's out to hurt our people, especially the minds of our young people. And what they're doing, we're older and we're getting ready to go to glory. But if you feed all our young people all this stuff, we're going to have some very messed up a generation that's getting ready to lead. They're going to be messed up. And that's what China is doing to us.
One other thing that Angela's said or was kind of alluding to, and I stated this on my channel also, you young kids need to be very careful, not only with TikTok, all these other social media sites, the stuff that you're portraying. If you decide to go to college later on, if you decide to finance a house, if you get arrested for anything, do you realize how easy it is to go to social media and see what your character is like and what you were like in the past? And I can promise you, this will really hurt you as far as trying to achieve those goals you really want to achieve in life, because that's going to follow you for the rest of your life, whether you know it or not. And that's coming straight from the heart. And that's something that this is some stuff that you do not need to be portraying out there on these social media sites. That's what I said about friends. A good friend would tell you not to do this. They won't join in and help you do it. And I see a lot of that going on also.
Anybody else want? We have a very quiet group of people tonight. I'm not sure, maybe because we just ate all this food and they are just, the energy in this room is just like here. And I'm going to close this video and I'm going to try to do another one. And I'm going to see, can we get the energy in the room better? So I want you to stay tuned to the next video. We're going to be just like this and just like this, but we're going to try this thing again. So I want all y'all to look for the next video. Okay, it's gonna be the same people, but I'm gonna go see. Now we don't drink all that drunk stuff, so we don't get drunk. But I'm gonna see what we need to do to
There's some cake in there.
maybe eat some sugar. Let me go get some sugar or something. But we're gonna do something because the energy in this room is just right here. Ain't no more energy.
It's the end of the year.
It's the end of the year.
They're out of gas.
Are y'all depressed?
Exactly.
They're out of gas.
Y'all out of gas.
Again.
Oh, okay. 365 days. They just couldn't look. They like you struggling.
Then God gonna give it all to us.
Okay, maybe that's it. But still, we're gonna close this video, and we're gonna have a group meeting. I'm gonna embrace them and love on them.
I
And
was gonna
love
say,
them.
maybe we need a group hug.
You know,
You know what I'm saying? Maybe after the video, we'll give some hugs and stuff.
so it's really a problem.
My hug.
Oh no! This new year, we might need to be praying because look, in the next couple hours, we getting ready to be in 2023. It should be some energy in this room.
2023.
Okay, y'all.
Are you excited?
I don't know. Okay, listen, we're gonna regroup and we're gonna come back. So thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to get on. We have two YouTubers in here. Will is at Old School Discussion with Will. You can find him at Will1795. You can find me at Angela Jordan TV. I'm sorry, I got some candy in my mouth, so I apologize. But we want you to follow and share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and we'll be right back when I go get them some water.